Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library. My name is Floss, and before we get started, remember to like and subscribe to this channel for more bookish fun. Today's video is all about tags. I was tagged by Kristen over at Enter the Book. She greets all of her viewers with, "Hey, beautiful people." And I just want to bring to your attention what a true beauty looks like. Hop on over to her channel and check her out. She is beautiful through and through, both physically and inside. She is a pleasure to watch, and I would like to bring her to your attention. If you love books as much as I love books, go check her out. She was tagged by Nikki from Red Dot Reads, and I can't get enough of Nikki. Nikki's voice is mesmerizing to me. I could listen to Nikki talk all the day long. I find myself driving in the car saying, what do I need right now? I know exactly what I need. I need a story from Nikki, and then I pop her channel on while I'm driving, and then I'm content as can be. So two lovely ladies, please go check them out. Now, I didn't prepare for this tag. I heard Kristen's answers, and they were awesome answers. But true to my fashion, I am winging it. So I have on my iPad Kristen's channel up, and I'm just going to read the questions from there. Hope you don't mind, guys. So number one, let's say this is an original tag at Gem of Books, at Novels, and at Danny's Book World. All right. Prompts. Catherine of Aragon, a book that was your first true love. Easy peasy. East of Eden. That is the book that I fell in love with, stayed in love with, am still in love with. However, Meredith May kind of stole that championship from my boy John, and now she reigns Queen Supreme. But East of Eden is the book that did it for me, still does it for me. Love that book. Let me see. I knew upon reading the first page if it was going to be the first paragraph. I knew this is the book for me. It is a little bit chubby. I love my chubby books. And I just didn't know, do I want to take it home or did I not? I knew nothing about John Steinbeck, but this cover spoke to me. I love trees. I have a thing for trees, and I love this color scheme. I love that it looks like paper. The book was really calling my name. So I opened it up standing mid-store, and I began silently in my head, but for your benefit, I will do it out loud. The Salinas Valley is in Northern California. It is a long, narrow swale between two ranges of mountains, and the Salinas River winds and twists up the center until it falls at last into Monterey Bay. I remembered my childhood names for grasses and secret flowers. I remember where a toad may live, and what time the birds awaken in the summer, and what trees and seasons smelled like. All right, that's it. Yep, you're coming home with me. So, $16 later, home it came. This is my original copy. I've never had to buy another one, and it is still in excellent condition. I carried this sucker with me everywhere I went. The book went with me until I completed it, and I could not get home fast enough to lie on the couch and do nothing but read. And And then we completed it, and then I went about making meatloaf and corn on the cob. That was back in the day when I was raising a family. It's funny how time can change a person for the better. All right. What do we got? What do we got? Question number 2. Anne Boleyn. Boleyn? Anne Boleyn. A book with a manipulative character. East of Eden. So this is one of the reasons why I love this book. So when these goings on started going on, that really sealed the deal for me. The manipulative character in East of Eden is Kathy, who later becomes Kate. Kate seems to have all the right things happen to her, fall into her lap. She marries her husband, who had recently become wealthy upon his father's passing, and they move and raise a family. And then Kathy takes a job in a brothel, but when the owner is mysteriously dies, Kathy takes it over, becomes Kate, and then the shenanigans start. Kathy was always manipulative from the get-go, but throughout the book, she becomes more and more and more. Jane Seymour. A book that delivered what you wanted. Oh my goodness. I know. Okay, so, all right, y'all, you know me with my autobiographies. The book that delivered what I wanted is Greg Almond, My Cross to Bear. So before I took this book on, I kind of knew who he was, but didn't really care who he was. I knew he was married to Cher for a hot minute, and I was curious, why did she marry him and why for such a short time? So I did the Audible version of the book, and lo and behold, I learned all things about Greg Almond. First and foremost, in his youth, all through his early years, I found him to be absolutely beautiful. He was just, I don't know, he is just beautiful. A beautiful looking human being. And I just don't know. There he is with Cher in the hammock. Look how good looking he is. I just don't know if there would have been a better looking blonde man out there. He is just stunning. I think he's stunning. Extremely handsome. I could see why Cher fell in love with him. He was, or God himself, addicted to heroin. And I was so sad for him. I understand the rock and roll life, but listening to his story, I was so sad for him. I wanted better for him. I was so happy that they finally made it. I was crushed when his brother had passed away. This book took me through a bunch of emotions. But the bottom line is he recovered from his addiction. He overcame his dark shadows, And I am so happy that he was able to do that, because I was rooting for him the entire book. I fell in love with this book so much. Like I said, I didn't know anything about him going into the book, coming out of the book. I still don't kind of like his music. Don't come at me. I do like just a couple songs, but I mean, I'm never gonna go put an album on. But I do really appreciate him and his life's journey. And if you play Midnight Rider, which I am a fan of, I'm always gonna listen to it, and I'm always gonna reflect within where it came from and how it came to be. And I happen to think that is one of the best songs ever created. So good job, Greg. Although I won't be popping in a CD, I will always listen to that song, and I will forever think of you fondly. He died, sadly, at the age of 69 in May of 2017, and the world was definitely a better place for having him in it. And I thank him tremendously for sharing his story. His is a story that I read that I didn't know I needed to read, but it fell in my path. I scooped it up, and I am so glad I took that journey. So yes, that is the book that I am saying absolutely end it the way I wanted it to end, with a recovery. Anne of Cleves, a book that wasn't what you expected. I don't know the name of that book. I clearly remember reading it, and I couldn't wait to see how the story was going to unfold. And at the end, I didn't like the way it unfolded, and I remember throwing that book, but for the life of me, I do not know what that book was. Sorry, it was about 20 years ago, or where that book is for that matter. So I'm going to have to really think about this one. Anne of Cleves, a book that wasn't what you expected. Oh, I know. Oh, brothers. Let's get it. Let's get the wretched thing. It really is wretched. I can't stand it. Okay, where is it? Where is you be? Where is you be, you fool? Huh? Maybe here? Nope. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, there it is. This was one of Kristen's from Enter the Book's answer, but I don't believe it was the answer to the question that I'm linking it to. A book that wasn't what you expected. Absolutely and totally 1984 by George Orwell. Nothing like I expected. I paid $22 for this stunning cover. I love this cover. Love it. But I paid $22 for bull poop, because I do not like this story at all. And I thought I was going to go in at least liking it. And as I started reading, I thought to myself, what did you get yourself into now? And I'm one of those people that I just don't like to DNF a book. I will try with all of my might to finish it. And there has really only been a handful of books that I just pulled the plug on. I just could not handle anymore. This book, I finished it. oddly enough, but do not like it and was totally not what I was expecting. 1984 by George Orwell. I came into this book happy and jovial. I came out of this book feeling filthy and disgusting. And that is the answer to that question. Okay. 5. Catherine Howard, a book that irritated you. That's easy. I don't know where the book is, and I'm not even going to go try and find it. But it would be A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. That book irritated me like no other. I could not even find the storyline plausible, believable. It just, the more the story went on, the more irritated I became with the characters. So that is a book I did not finish, and I make no apologies. I don't see the hype in it. I'm not on board with what everybody else saw in the book, although I do respect your opinions. I respect your reviews, but based solely on my own impressions of the book, it definitely irritated me. All right. 6. Catherine Parr, a book that was published after the author's death. That's a tough one. Tough one, tough one, tough one. Book that was published after the author's death. All right, I'm gonna go with The Diary of Anne Frank, since she is the author of her diary, right? So I'm going to go with that. I am going to say most people had to read that in high school. We never did. We never had to read that. And so I found myself at the age of 31, 32, saying, let me see what this young lady had to say. And that book changed me. It made me so aware of how good I have things and how utterly bad she did, and how she was still optimistic and found reasons to be happy and reasons to fall in love and reasons to go on. And they say it's the little things in life, in our daily measures. Totally loved that book. Did not love what she had to go through, but loved that book, appreciated her life's story, was grateful that she shared it and I got to experience her life through pages. And I highly recommend anyone who hasn't taken the time out in their lives to read The Diary of Anne Frank to please go ahead and pick that book up. It is a game changer, for sure. Number 6, that was it. Bonus. Okay, we're going with the bonus. Henry VIII, a chunky book you hated. No. 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 I haven't hated any chunky book other than A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. That would be the only book that I've ever hated. And I myself agree with Kristen. Hate is a strong word, and I don't usually use that in my vocabulary. Strongly dislike. However, I'm okay with it. In the context referring to that book, I'm okay with that word, because I don't like that book, not one little bit. So they are my answers. Honest to goodness, they are my answers. Why did I just do a Richard Nixon? But I am not putting you folks on. They are my answers, right or wrong. You know, they came from within. They were heartfelt, and yeah, I'm going with them. So now I would like to tag 3 people to also do this fun little tag. Answer as honestly as you can. It's a lot of fun to do, and I would like to first and foremost tag Shannon from Shannon's Bookish Musings. I find myself going back to her channel time and time again, because every time I do, I learn something new. I think she is a lovely, charming booktuber, and I like what she has to say. I like what she brings to my table. So go check her out. And Shannon, if you have a minute, I'm tagging you. Also, another one of my favorites is Fred from Read by Fred. Fred does not read a book just to be entertained. Fred reads a book like I often do to gain knowledge. He's a fun guy when you get to know him, and he's a great channel to watch and visit frequently. Fred, I am tagging you. And the last person that I would like to tag is, oh, Rachel from Rachel's Bookmark. Now, I recently just found her channel about 2-3 weeks ago, and in listening to her, she is a positive vibed person, and whether you like her answer or not, she is honest, and we all can appreciate a little honesty in our life. I like what she has to say, and I like how she goes about things. So I am also tagging Rachel from Rachel's Bookmark. That's it, guys. That's my video, and I would like to wish you a beautiful day in parting. Know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and whoop, 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 whoop.